Hello everyone, this is Unlikely Waffle here, and welcome back to Survival Life, my Minecraft tutorial series. Today is episode 5, and we are going to be doing quite a bit of farming today, both plants and animals. I want to get things set up so that searching for food is no longer an issue for me in the future. Let's get started. Opening the front door, you might notice that the whole area across the lake is becoming a lot more clear. That's because that's where I'm planning on putting my future house. I'm not sure what it's going to look like yet though. It might be small, it might even be a little bit gigantic. But either way, over the next few episodes you're going to be seeing this area start to clear out a lot more and a lot more quickly. I'm going to be doing that off camera though, because it's going to take a while to do and that kind of work is not fun to watch. So you'll see it just slowly starting to flatten out as time goes on. Alright, so let's just check, make sure there's no creepers around here, because that would suck to just die immediately. Anyways, actually no, let's go back inside. I need to make some fences. The way you make fences is first by making a bunch of sticks. Remember that sticks are made by stacking 2 planks on top of each other, just like that. And now the way fences are made, you can see I already have a few made up here, but we make fences by taking the sticks and making a 2x3 block here. And that gives us 2 fences for every 6 sticks. So we're just going to make quite a lot of those right now. See how many we can do before I run out of room in my inventory. That should be good for now. Alright, let's continue on. And I'll be right back because it's turning into night now. Alright, so now that we have that done, let's go outside and start setting up our gardening areas. Over here I've already set up and I'm planning on putting my sugarcane there. And over here I'm planning on this other side of the bank, my watermelon, pumpkin, and wheat fields. I have my wheat and pumpkin already mapped out, it's just I need my watermelon because I have not yet found a jungle biome yet. That's probably a ways off, so I'll just put that up when I get around to it. Anyways, let's start out by putting up our fence today. So, we already have some in our bar. Alright, so I like to set up my fence so that I have at least 2 blocks in between higher ground and the fence itself. Despite what it looks like, the fence is not 1 block tall. It's actually a block and a half high, which means no matter how hard you try, you are never going to be able to jump over it. But if you are on higher ground, then you can. However, if you're far enough away, then you can't actually jump the gap to the fence. So then you know it is safe for mobs. However, it has access to the water, so it's not perfectly safe, so I may fix that in the future, we will see. The reason I'm leaving that block open there is because that's where we're going to put our gate. Otherwise, we cannot get into this fenced area. And we need to get in there to get our sugar. Alright, so let's go over here now that that is kind of set up. And fence out the wheat field. Let's just clear out the rest of these dirt blocks. Alright, so let's see, 1, 2, so this is where I'm going to start my fence. Right there, alright. I think on my wheat, I'm going to go back probably 1, 2, 3, 4, let's see, 6 blocks. For wheat, potatoes, and carrots, while you can grow it up to 4 blocks away from water, I'm only going to make my wheat farm 2 rows away. So this is where my water is going to go. So I need 2 more past this, and there we go. One thing to say about sugarcane though, unlike other crops, it doesn't need any tilling to grow, or even dirt for that matter. As you saw, I used sand back there, and it works perfectly fine. The way that farming in Minecraft works is you need water within 4 blocks of your plants in order to hydrate the soil properly. with the exception, of course, being sugarcane. That's why I have a channel of water going down the middle of my plot. There's a low spot here, so I need a bucket. I'm going to create an infinite water source by placing buckets of water on every other block, so that way there's no more flowing water in this channel. I need to put some water there to even this one out, though. And one down here. One here. One here. Almost. Oh, dang, so close. Alright. Now you can see that's nice and calm and flat there. Let's just get rid of this block here too. Alright, that looks good. Now we can move on to the pumpkin areas. I'm going to make the same kind of plot for both the pumpkins and watermelons that I did for the wheat, which is 2 rows on either side of the water. This is because one of the blocks on the sides of the planted block needs to be free for the pumpkin to grow onto. So the plant will be here, but when the pumpkin is fully grown, it will come over onto this block. So it's going to take up 2 full spaces for a single plant. I'm only going to set up for the pumpkins today because I don't have any watermelons. And I've blocked myself in. Alright, let's go back home and create some gates so that I can get into the farms successfully. Alright, now for gates. The way you create a fence gate is you take 2 sticks and you put them on either side of the crafting bench like this. It's almost like you're creating boots, but with wood instead. And then you fill up that middle space with just plain wooden planks. And that gives you a fence gate. Now let's create a small opening here somewhere. There we go. That works. And I will put the gates in here with a right click. Perfect. You just open them with a right click, of course, just like this. Oh, no, wait, we have to fill this back in. Can't have water going underneath the fence. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to try not to rhyme the rest of the night, but I'm not making any promises. This looks pretty good. 2 blocks away, yep. Perfect. Alright, let's go harvest the sugar over on this area. Because that's the only plant that I don't really have, apart from the pumpkins, so we'll go grab that as well. The way you can harvest sugarcane is with pretty much any object, including your bare hands. So I'm just going to use this piece of dirt. Why not? You can harvest it by clicking on the highest block and going down like this. But the fastest way that I found is actually to click on the lowest block, and it will break all the blocks above that. So we have 1, 2, 3 high. Click on the bottom and you get 3 sugarcane. That's good enough to start for us now. I'm actually going to show you our last new tool. What we need is a hoe. So what we're going to do is just like 2 sticks in the middle, just like normal. And iron I'm going to use this time. And just like a shovel, you put 1 in the middle and 1 in the corner, and that creates a hoe. Right over here is where we're going to put our sugarcane. Sugarcane does not have seeds. Instead, you just plant the stalk itself. And you just plant it like this. Remember that you can't plant it over on this side because it's too far away from water. No, I didn't mean that. Sugarcane can only be planted within 1 block of water. It does not work 2 blocks away, so this way I have a walking path around it at least. So now we're going to use our new tool, our new hoe. You just need some dirt or grass like this, and all you do is right click on the top of it. It kind of strips away that top grass layer, leaving you with nice tilled farmland. As you can see that once it is hoed and tilled, it will start hydrating itself, going from this lighter brown to a nice dark rich brown, which you can start planting on afterwards. And I may change up these plots a little bit in the future. I don't like not having a walkway around this. Alright, I am back with the seeds. You cannot replant harvested wheat, you must use seeds. You can get those by harvesting wheat, or even just cutting down tall grass. So what we do is, once this is all hydrated, as you can see, except for that block right there, I don't know what's up with that block, but just right click and it'll place these down. Oh look, it's already sprung up a little bit. That's good. There's 8 stages of wheat growth. There's the newly planted ones like this, and then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, each taller and darker than the last. The 8th one is fully grown, and it has a dark brown tip at the end. That's when you know you can harvest it. And then you can replant it after that. And I just realized I completely forgot about doing my potato and carrot garden, so I'll just use this spot for that. As you can see, the wheat is quite tall already. It's growing pretty fast today. I am not complaining. I've also expanded this field here, as you can see, and I've started on a pathway around it. I think it looks a lot better like this already. With your crops, they need plenty of light to grow. Obviously that can't happen at night, so it'll take quite a bit longer. So what do we do about that? I like to place torches on top of the fence all around the planting areas, so they have ample light 24/7. And I'll just place one right in the middle here. Alright, now that I have my potatoes and carrots with me, I'm going to plant them. Let's say this side will be carrots and that side will be potatoes. And over there will be watermelons and pumpkins. So what you do is you take your carrots or potatoes and right click on the plots to plant them. You don't need any seeds with these. The carrots are the seeds. Alright, that's our carrots. Now on to potatoes. Perfect. Hey, no. Squid, get out of here. You cannot be in here. Go. You know what? I'm going to just block off these areas so the squids don't keep swimming down my waterways. So on my travels, I found that the spot right over here is where the pumpkins are being held, where they naturally spawned. Nice and close to home, really. Alright, so here is our patch of pumpkins. As you can see, they already look like jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know why, but that's just how they grow. You can break these down with just about anything, but a wood axe works the best. And just while I have a second, I'm going to show you stuff you can already do with these pumpkins. So if I take off my helmet, I can then put the pumpkin on as a helmet, and it becomes a mask. But it blocks our vision somewhat, which is unfortunate. However, as I talked about a few episodes ago, if you're going to hang around Endermen, this becomes incredibly useful. The Endermen will not attack you if you are wearing a pumpkin because they can't really see your eyes. Although, no matter what you're wearing, if you attack them first, they will attack you back. The farm actually looks pretty good from a distance. I like it. As you can see, I have tilled this area here. And just like the wheat, pumpkins need seeds to grow. You can't just plant the pumpkin itself. Right-clicking with the pumpkin alone will do nothing. You can get the seeds by just going into your inventory, place the pumpkin into the crafting area, and then you get pumpkin seeds. 4 seeds for each one. And then we just right-click like normal. No, I'm sorry. I made a mistake, I forgot. I should only place the plant on one side of the dirt, so that way when it's fully grown, it will drop the pumpkin onto the other dirt. Otherwise, it will fall onto our path here or here, and I don't want that to happen. Let's say we didn't want to wait the entire growth period for all these plants to grow. It takes a little bit of time, I understand you're in a rush. So how do we do that? Well, we go out and find ourselves some skeletons and grab their bones once we defeat them. Otherwise, they'll be kind of angry if you do that before you defeat them. And so then we just right-click on them with the... Oh, wait, that doesn't actually do a single thing. So then what do we do with all these bones? Just like how we got the pumpkin seeds, you put it in your crafting area and you get bone meal from that. And then with bone meal, you just right-click on any immature plant with it, and it will immediately grow up a couple of stages. If the plant is grown enough first, it might even grow to full maturity when you click on it. This is what fully grown wheat looks like. It's kind of dark brown, almost black at the top, and that way we know it's ready to be harvested. And from that, you get a couple of wheat, and usually you get a few seeds as well. Over here, it looks like our sugarcane has already doubled in size since we last looked at it. We can always harvest it like before by breaking the bottom one and taking everything at once. That takes a bit of time though, because you have to replant the sugarcane afterwards. So what I like to do instead is I take it from the second block up. That way I break all of them above it, but I'm still left with a block growing in the ground here. Just do that as you go through, and it gives it a nice trim. Actually, while I'm here, let's just plant it on the other side now. And there we go. Our sugarcane farm is now pretty much complete. One last thing before the end of this episode. You need to be careful about moving on tilled soil. You can walk on it, no problem. But if you jump on it, then it compacts the farmland back into dirt, and anything planted on it will be dug up. Also, if you dig up wheat prematurely, like what happened when I jumped on it there, it will only give you back seeds. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a like and comment, and I will talk to you in the next one.